excited to bring it to you every weekday. So
for a slobber knocker, Terry Falcon.
So if you guys are just joining in, again, make sure to support ClubSmashTV to continue watching Shark Tank every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come join us at 7 o'clock on Tuesdays in the Alhambra/Monterey Park area to get some awesome Smash action here at Shark Tank. All right, so we are moving on to the first set here, and I believe that Cless and Sean actually haven't had an opportunity to play. So this is their first bracket match in what's more appropriate than grand finals. Cless has been doing an amazing job of just showing the clutch factor and adaptation, while Sean has just been utilizing just such an insane amount of pressure and confidence.
Did Cless and Sean play the winners finals? No, it was Big Boss and Cless.
It was Big Boss and Cless, yeah. So Cless and Sean have not had an opportunity to play yet. All right, guys, and make sure to give, guys, give Cless all of your energy. You know, don't let a player of this caliber should not let this little mistake slip their powerful mindset. Don't let this go.
Neither player is committing to approach.
And Cless doing a good job of initiating Sean to make the approach, and that dunk is going to be just enough.
Yeah, Cless really slowed it down, that stock, and it really paid off for him.
Yeah, especially with how heavy Terry is and just the amount of really safe approach tools that was mentioned before, you know. It's a good thing that Cless is taking it a bit slower. Surprisingly, Cless is able to take it a bit slower because you know, Sean has more mobility options and has more potential to dictate the pacing of the game, but I guess when you're down this far on a Game 1 situation, it is a little bit challenging.
How many characters have armored moves that have multi-hits, that have several buttons that do the same thing?
And how many characters have the ability to just immediately combo into whatever special move they want with armor and multi-hits? Not a lot. We'll tell you, probably just one.
Can confirm, can edge guard, can combo, can do everything.
Yeah. It's almost like Terry's a pretty good character.
I know, right?
And Sean getting a pretty good confirm there with that up air into neutral air on the side of the ledge to kind of just clip Cless and just barely be able to take the stock. Okay, Sean really can make the most of this. And that was an insane level of option coverage from Sean. What a way to just snatch that Game 1 right under Cless's nose. Impressive stuff from Sean. Sean has been showing a level of just quality confirms that you really only see from such proficient Captain Falcon players. And you know what? When you're playing a character as explosive as Captain Falcon, you really have to make the most of every opportunity that's given to you. And Sean putting on full display just what the potential of that is.
Not only his punish game, but his neutral game and him really forcing his opponent to take an initiative. He's really quite adept at it.
Yeah. I mean, you start to get an eye for these things, especially when you're playing at such a high quality, such a high level in the bracket, and with such a high quality pool of players at Shark Tank. You know, you're getting the top echelon of what is available in the Los Angeles area and beyond. Big Boss is a Mexico player, but still decided to stick it out here at Shark Tank for the last couple rounds and has really been putting on a dominating performance. But this time, the spotlight is just for Cless and Sean, and they have been showing just what they're made of and how they got this far in the tournament. Speaking of which, Cless being able to just do such a good job at nullifying Sean's approach and just capitalizing on Captain Falcon's mediocre recovery. The number of options on ledge that Cless has been able to cover is exactly what Cless needs in this matchup. Sean does such a good job of just getting some really strong confirms that Cless needs to be dominant on the side of the stage. But Sean choosing a very aggressive up B to get back on the stage and chooses, again, a very aggressive back air And without that platform tech.
recovery.
Oh my goodness, what a call out.
Sean just has no fear. He will go, he will challenge that the armored multi-hit no matter what.
You know, sometimes you get an idea of what kind of person you're playing against when they pick a certain character, and Sean just shows no fear by re-grabbing the ledge like, what, 5, 6 times in that interaction? Cless was basically just like, yeah, no, I've had enough. You're not getting back.
Terry can't really do much to punish characters that re-grab, so him grabbing multiple times, he was able to catch him.
Right, but also, I think Sean was doing that on purpose because Sean, I believe, is a little bit... I know we discussed that Sean doesn't have a lot of fear, but I think that on the ledge specifically, Cless has shown just how dominant they're able to cover all necessary options in this matchup. So I think that Sean was trying to stall it out a little longer, try and figure out something else, but Cless just didn't give him the opportunity. And Cless doing a really good job of maintaining center stage and forcing Sean to approach off the platform, and once again just capitalizing on the ledge with Sean's limited options. However, that almost was enough. Sean is at a scary percentage, both for Cless and for Sean. So we'll see what happens here.
Is Nair brain knuckled equivalent to down air knee?
I would say so. I would say so. And is up smash read on the platform equivalent to, yeah, bro, I got you figured out? Sean,
walk up slowly and up smash.
Did he just stand there and up smash? Catches the roll and just barely skims the knee. Nope, okay, no, not gonna take it yet. Fortunately, Cless didn't have the rage to seal that out, so this is getting really scary though. Any one interaction is gonna take it for Cless.
Pretty sure he did the non-inputted version. If it was the input, probably would have killed.
Well, regardless if that's input or non-input, that's certainly gonna kill.
Oh, yeah.
And that confirm is gonna take it. Sean, unfortunately, just barely missing the clutch factor on that last stock. And we are moving into a Game 3 situation. Both players at 1.
I want to see Sean SDI a lot more of Terry's, like his down tilts and his power dunks. I haven't really seen him fall out too much of his multi-hits.
Interesting. So you think that's probably something to do with like SDI?
SDI is some of the best counterplay against Terry. When he's doing his grounded moves, if he overcommits by just one button with the jab or the down tilt, if you SDI straight out, or if you're right in the middle of it, if you do straight in, you could fall out of it majority of the time. And then if you're doing jab jab power dunk, you're able to SDI out of it. So the Terry player has to mix it up with a jab jab rising tackle, or they can mix it up with the crack shoot. They have many different options, but it all depends on the player. Gotcha. And how much counterplay that their opponent knows in the matchup.
Well, I'm interested, speaking of counterplay, Sean just coming in and asserting himself again. Once again, the first 30 seconds of the match, just taking that stock and basically waiting out every defensive option Cless had there. That was a very assertive showing that Sean's like, yeah, I could just win these exchanges, get some insane percentage, and force you to deal with it. And the way that Sean was playing against Big Boss, that's basically been his strategy, is just, hey, I'm going to throw out these moves.
Did you see that?
I did. Just Captain Falcon just chilling right from the neutral get up and just kind of doing some crouches and
from the screen.
The chat energy right now, just emanating from Sean right now.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Wow. What incredible usage of Nair just to clip out Cless. And Sean is doing such a great job at making this comeback into.
See, there we go. He SDI'd out power dunk.
No way.
And he almost punished him for it. That was beautiful.
That was almost an entire stock punish just off of 2 interactions. That was really scary. Okay, we see some up air strings happening on Sean's behalf. Getting some pretty solid percentage there, but no confirms. However, Sean is still in a pretty assertive position with the stock lead, and when getting the percentage lead is going to have another assertive position. An interesting use of the sour spot on the down air, but Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. Probably misinputted the perfect up B there, but
Sour spot down air, almost scarier than sweet spot down air.
yeah.
Is one to certain death? Well, honestly, both of them are certain death.
Well, the sour spot on the down air for Falcon is just surprisingly strong. You don't really expect it as an option as utilized by Falcons, but just especially on ledge, being able to knock players in such a strange horizontal angle, just it clips a lot of recoveries, and in some cases, at high enough percentage, just secures kills.
Especially the Ganon too, both of them.
Well, yeah.
Just cheese stalks early.
I mean, if Ganon can approach,
That's all they have.
gotta throw the old dog a bone sometimes, you know. And we've got the Kingdom Hearts music playing. So again, we got to make sure to talk a lot more because unfortunately, a lot of players don't know that that Square Enix actually does copyright Kingdom Hearts music. So we're going to be talking a lot more. So if you see us rambling pretty frequently, that's because we just want to make sure that, you know, our... Oh, okay, good. All right. So, I don't know if you guys know that, but a lot of VODs actually don't permit the Kingdom Hearts stage, specifically because Square Enix is very stickler about their music usage, and a lot of DMCAs are posted on YouTube. So, a bit unfortunate, you know, Big Brother company deciding who can or can't use their music, but that just happens to be the circumstances we live with.
And Grandpa Disney.
And Grandpa Disney, yep. We got Grandpa Disney and Grandson Square Enix.
Square Enix L. Hey, we got the character.
It's like, hey, we put Mickey Mouse on the Keyblade, so you know what? I think that's a win? Question mark. I think our lawyers working with Disney for 4+ years, we got out with a win.
Plus, we got Final Fantasy music. So.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that burning knuckle combo is gonna take that stock, and again, relatively even. Sean is in an advantage to do a grand finals reset and bring us into a true final set. Sean has the capacity to do that. One really solid exchange could just be enough.
He was waiting for him to fade down. Punish him. See, Cless is trying to get him to overcommit a button out of shield. That's what he did with the crack shoot. Try and poke him with it.
Once again, trying to go for something similar and just trying to poke Sean at the ledge so that Sean has even less defensive options, as if Falcon needed less. But smart utilization of Terry's toolbox here from Cless just to nullify a lot of pressure from Sean. But things are going to get kind of scary if a single stray hit lands for Sean. And that power shield may just be enough. Great tech on the ledge. And wow, that was excellent.
Cless just showing off how beautiful Terry's punish game and how he can just easily kill you off of it.
So one of the great things about these comeback mechanics for Terry is on the startup frames, they all have super armor. So Sean tried to do a jab reset into something silly on the ledge, but Cless basically just mashing the input for Bust-A-Wolf and just getting that super armor to just completely prevent that from happening.
And he's been abusing his shield with inputted power dunk, and with it being +3, there's not any characters that can really punish it. And he's just getting away with doing double power dunk on his shield.
Of course, and we've seen Cless do the double power dunk multiple times just to, you know, trip up opponents and make them not expect such a bearish option. Well, this is getting pretty scary for Cless. Sean has that explosive factor. This really could move into a true finals reset. Are we going to see Sean clutch this out? Come on, Sean. No, not quite. Cless just barely clipping Sean with that back air, and we are moving into a Game 5 situation. This really can go either way for either of these players, and Sean just needs a little bit more clutch. Just the slightest bit to take it over Cless, and it is completely possible.
PS2 Game 5.
Gotta stick with the classics. Let's go, you guys. Root for your favorites here. For Cless 1, Sean 2. Let's go ahead and give them all of our support, guys. And again, if you've been enjoying the stream, just make sure to support us on ClubSmashTV, on YouTube, and Twitch. We're here to provide you the best quality Smash content every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, we've got some Nair strings slipping through. Sean is slipping through with some Nair strings on Cless, getting some easy percentage here and threatening some pretty nasty stuff off the ledge. And we're noticing that Sean is doing a lot more approaches in shield because I think that Cless has identified that, well, I mean, before just dying again from down air knee, being one of the truest combos that Sean has had this entire tournament, Cless has been doing a good job of just run-up shielding to prevent a lot of boxing options for, Cless has been doing a good job of that to prevent Sean from capitalizing on a lot of these relatively unsafe aerials on shield.
Both players taking it slow, not wanting to commit.
Yeah, this is relatively even. Really, this can swing either way. Sean getting an opening with that dash attack, but can't really capitalize with the up airs.
Didn't punish Cless's jump out of disadvantage.
But definitely did once again punish with a down air into knee. And that sour spot on the back air was still enough to take it. Honestly, I don't know if that was a DI issue, because I really don't know. No. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Sean might actually make this reset a reality. No. Guys! Oh, my goodness, guys! Guys.
What game are they playing?
This is so crazy, the level of just aggressiveness from Sean this far into the bracket. Just no fear whatsoever from Cless. This is getting real scary, guys. This is getting real scary. Sean just needs like one really solid opening to take this. Oh my goodness, that was almost it. That was almost it too, just a little bit off on the tech timing. Oh my god, not punished for that. Back throw. Is Sean gonna take this? Only a Nair is necessary. No, the invincibility frames and somehow gets the sweet spot on that knee in center stage. Sean showing absolutely no fear whatsoever. Sean is just so assertive. He's just so strong. If we're talking about mindset in Smash Brothers, we truly have a situation where mindset just completely changes how either of these players approach this matchup. In what should be relatively conservative position, with Sean being in the lead against Cless, Sean just says, you know what, no, I'm going to throw a knee center stage because I know that's exactly where you're going to be.
Mentally untouchable.
I mean, when you're dealing with an immovable object versus an unstoppable force, you know? And Sean just showing, you know what, I show no fear.
He is not letting
I don't care what options you have. I don't care what your disadvantage looks like. I don't care what burst options you have. I don't care what kill options you have. I don't care what solid frame data you have. I don't care if you're even going to read this option and punish me, because I'm just going to punish you twice as hard.
Terry being just under a super weight, he's paying the heavy tax against Falcon hard.
And Cless kind of going for some jabs there to try and secure a kill, but center stage is not going to be enough to kill Sean. And yeah, that was a very unsafe maneuver. Surprisingly, at 171%, still alive. Excellent DI from Sean.
Yeah, Cless is not hitting him with the inputted power dunk, he's hitting him with down B.
Oh, wow. Catching the footstool from Sean and just saying, hey, you know what? I just think you're going to fall down here. I'm just going to throw out a burning knuckle, and I'm going to expect you to do something about this. And tries to go for the power dunk there to clip Sean on his recovery and get that 0% gimp, but didn't quite work out in Cless's favor. However, not a big loss there. Cless was at pretty high percentage, so I think that was definitely a risk worth taking. Okay, doing a relatively safe first nair into a multi-jab to kind of get Cless releasing his shield. I imagine Cless was trying to do a power shield, or doing a perfect parry, but multi-jabs aren't really going to care much about that. We once again see Cless being relatively passive, but that's gonna cost him! Once again, Sean catching Cless's habit of just staying center stage. Sean is aware of Cless's positioning and using those down airs to just capitalize in such a phenomenal way. It takes a lot of guts to be able to just so assertively down air, falling down air into knee several times over to capitalize at such mid percentages.
And each knee, how much mental damage is he taking per each one?
Pardon me there. I don't know. I mean, Cless has such a resilient mindset. It's hard to know if Cless really is taking any mental damage. At some point, you really got to ask yourself, am I just kind of being outplayed right now? Cless is kind of being outplayed in the spacing game. Sean is doing a really good job approaching when necessary, just capitalize on those one or two really vital openings for him. And just as I say that, another vital opening, almost going for the up air knee, making it almost look like rocket science, or not even making it look like breaking it down to a science.
Talk about unlucky, though. Ness fell out of his nair and his up smash right there.
Yeah.
Like back to back.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate for Cless, as that was a single stock situation. So it's a bit heartbreaking to see Cless, you know, lose out on some of those unfortunate hitbox placements. But you know what? Hey, it's still totally possible for Cless to make an adjustment here. Cless is that caliber of player that's able to make those micro adjustments when necessary, and maybe Cless will figure out a way to dismantle some of this pressure. But just as I say that, we got here another nair to carry off in 28%, but fortunately Sean did a good job of minimizing that relatively. But
that was a smart power dunk with the armor.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Sean.
Can we get pogs
Sean.
in the chat, please?
Sean!
Like, I need everybody to pog.
Sean. Sean is one of those players that has had some of the most assertive down airs I've ever seen a Falcon do. I don't even think I've ever seen Fatality just land this many down airs so confidently. Not only for stage spikes, but for knee confirms. The utilization of down air on Sean has made a massive difference in this set. And right now, Cless is kind of scrapping for options. Well, unfortunately, in that scenario, the down B is going to win it out because the armor only exists for those initial startup frames, so...
Got hit by the power dunk.
Well, I mean, you got to get something. Right now, we're still in a two-stock situation. Sean making this look really dominant. And every single interaction is terrifying for Cless. Every time Sean presses a button and lands a hit, it is a scary situation to be in. When you know that Sean is so consistent at landing these single openings, these little tiny cracks in the wall, it's just enough. It is just enough. Sean is just on an absolute tear.
I think Terry's jeans are constricting his movement too much. He needs to change wardrobe.
Yeah.
The hat in jeans.
Yeah, I know, right?
Skinny jeans right now.
I think Terry needs to go back into yoga and do a little change of wardrobe there, because
It's time to get the gi going.
time to get that flexibility going, not just in terms of flexibility in the jeans, but flexibility in the matchup. Because right now Terry is looking a little scary for Terry. Sean is showing that, hey, you know what? I am not scared of your 40-50% strings, because if you can't land a single hit, then it doesn't matter what kind of advantage state you have.
I think
And honestly, at this point, download complete. I don't want to make any assumptions here, but Sean has been just doing such a great job of taking advantage of every single little opening and just making the most of it.
he hit him with the day one.
Cless is just struggling right now. The only string that Cless has gotten is in response to Sean missing a single attack. The wall is crumbling. The foundation
hard
is
read.
falling apart. The reads are on board. The desperation is real. Sean is taking this to another level and making this true final look like it's truly in the bag.
Cless's movement got way more crisp on the last stock.
Yeah, this level of just solid play, confidence, just the ability to surmount any goal, any walls in his wake. Sean has been showing that there is no obstacle that you cannot climb. There is no risk you can't take. You're on one stock, man. Make it happen. Cless is showing the potential of this ability to make it through winners final bracket, but Sean never gave a moment to breathe. Cless could not clutch it out, and